Anyway, we don't know. We have no way of knowing.
Illegal alien MS-13 terrorist.
He is not that. Fuck me, he is not that.
The Democrats and the media in this room have continually and wrongly labeled Kilmar Abrego Garcia as a Maryland father. There is no Maryland father. Let me reiterate. Kilmar Abrego Garcia is an illegal alien.
Yeah, this is the meta, by the way. Trisha McLaughlin, when Garcia was arrested, he was found with rolls of cash and drugs. He was arrested with 2 members of MS-13. 2 judges found that he was a member of MS-13. The finding has not been disturbed. When arrested, he was wearing what is effectively MS-13's uniform. How fucking far removed are you as the Assistant Secretary of Department of Homeland Security? How fucking far removed are you from just like average working Joes that you look at a fucking high visibility vest and go, that's a sign of an MS-13 gang member. He's wearing high vis. He was arrested for loitering, as Aaron Reichlin Melnick correctly points out. If he had had cash and drugs on him, the PG County police would have charged him with something rather than releasing him. Plus, they didn't even fill out an incident report. So where are you getting this information from? They're just making it up. But that's it. That's all it takes. You can just fucking lie like this when it's a brown person. Straight up. Straight up. They already did this with black people. They did this with the fucking Haitians that are eating cats and dogs. They could get as aggressive and as insane as they want to with their fucking blood libel when they're talking about black people and brown people. And this is happening in front of our fucking eyes. They're testing how much false information the public will abide by, how much false information the public will eat up. That is what's going on here. The case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia is not unique. 90% of all of the people that have been deported to CCOT have no fucking crimes whatsoever. I think it's like a total of 12 people that have some serious crimes that have been deported. Okay? The rest are minor offenses or no criminal record whatsoever. And these people can just say, without any care or consideration for the truth, that they are rapists, like child rapists, bloodthirsty murderers. And a lot of people believe them. It's fucking insane.
MS-13 gang member and foreign terrorist who was deported back to his home country. And when Kilmar Abrego Garcia was originally arrested, he was wearing a sweatshirt with rolls of money covering.
Yeah, the Fourth Circuit judge literally said the Trump admin had ample opportunity to show he was a member of MS-13, but did not and didn't even bother to try.
The ears, mouth, and eyes of presidents on various currency denominations. This is a known MS-13 gang symbol of hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. Abrego Garcia was also arrested with 2 other well-known members of the vicious MS.
Are they just like making new shit up now? Is that what's going on? Because none of this was in the fucking police report at all. It's from the White House, so I don't know. Wait, what? I want to look into the definition of uniform before they're referring to before judging. Google search puts clothing in the second definition, remaining the same in all cases and at all times. It's from the White House, so I don't know. I guess this is the reason why a lot of people are fucking stupid enough to just be like, nah, the government could never make shit up. Why did we go to war with Iraq, by the way? I don't know. They would never famously make shit up. The administration that won... Hello? Where are you going? That's crazy. She's just quietly walking away. Okay. Hello. That's something a third grader will make up to try to get you in trouble with the principal. This case is literally turning Ivy League educated boomers into pure Nazi zero critical thinking left in this country, man. Oh, 100%. Like, this person is a fucking union member, too. Like, it's not... Oh, my God. At first, they claimed him wearing a Chicago Bulls hat was reasoning enough that he was MS-13. Now they're saying the fucking high-vis shirt that he was wearing was the MS-13 uniform. What's next, dude? What else is MS-13? Drinking water? Did he drink water in the process? before he was getting apprehended, we ascertained that the criminal assailant was consuming a liquid substance from a plastic vestibule. I don't even know if that's the right word. No, it's not the right word. Vestibule means passage, hall, room, or between the outer door and interior of a building. The fuck was I thinking? Why did I say vestibule? What would it be? A vessel. I was thinking vessel. I'm so stupid. Why does anybody listen to me? A plastic vessel. Yeah. The assailant was engaging in kinetic action in the process of moving one leg in front of the next. Yeah, here it is. This is the big fucking smoking gun that this racist piece of shit had to be like, this guy's MS-13.
A hoodie. Garcia's a Bulls fan, but he's from El Salvador, and he lives in Maryland, not Chicago.
Wow. I can't believe a guy would have Chicago Bulls merchandise, literally the most marketable franchise universally, for anyone over the age of 25. What the fuck? I'm a LeBron dick rider till the day I die, and even I recognize that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant are two of the most marketable universal figures of NBA history. There are motherfuckers in the Taliban wearing Kobe Bryant jerseys, bro. What the fuck are we talking about? And the same goes for MJ. What do you mean? The Chicago Bulls is literally a universally recognized institution due to the historic period where Michael Jordan dominated. Yeah. One of the most iconic sports moments of all time. I can't believe he would wear a fucking hat dedicated to that team. Oh my God. It's like Luka Doncic is Hamas. Yeah. How dare this guy wear a fucking Chicago Bulls hat? He must be a terrorist. Jesus Christ.
The Bulls lost 60 games in 2019, so why the hat? Can Garcia name anyone on the team?
What are you saying? Who gives a fuck, dude? What? Awfully suspicious that this brown man is wearing a Bulls hat. That's it. That's literally what this argument is. It's like a joke if it wasn't so fucking heinous. If the reality wasn't so goddamn heinous, you couldn't treat this as anything but a joke. Awfully suspicious wearing a Chicago Bulls hat. You're not even from Chicago. Dog, it's not like he's wearing a fucking Pelicans hat. What are you talking about? It's the goddamn Chicago Bulls. It's like wearing a fucking Yankees hat. I have a Yankees hat. I've never watched baseball. I think baseball's fucking boring. What the fuck do you mean?
Anyone on any Bulls team besides Jordan? Everyone from El Salvador knows what it means when you wear a Bulls hat. It means you're MS-13.
No, that's not what are you saying. Ah! I can't do this. Kaya, please. Fuck. They're not even fucking trying. They're not even trying. That's the craziest part. They are not trying. They know that their fan base is dumb enough. They know that their fan base is racist enough. Do you understand? You don't do this if you're trying to convince people. You do this if you know they've been convinced already. Okay? They're not even fucking trying to make shit up. This is quite literally context puke shit. Ethan Klein being like, well, these are bad guys and America are the good guys. Why aren't you supporting the good guys? No arguments whatsoever. Just scary brown man bad. God damn, when I see stuff like this, I'm like, we deserve Donald Trump. We do, as a nation. If a nation has enough people that are going to believe this fucking rabid, psychopathic slop, we kind of fucking deserve our own demise. You know what I mean? It's like Maryland dad dressed like a gangster. Why was he dressed like a gangster? He's wearing a fucking Chicago Bulls hat while being brown, bro. This is literally all this is.
When you're in Compton, you don't accidentally wear red and say, oh, I didn't know red was Bloods. If you're a Latin American illegal alien in Maryland, you don't accidentally wear Chicago Bulls gear and hang around with high-ranking gangsters from MS-13. This is the reason he...
Yeah. I once asked a Lebanese mechanic in Beirut if he was ever in the Midwest because he was wearing a Bull shirt, and he told me in perfect English, come on, man, the Bulls are universal. These people have never left their fucking homes. They've never left America, I don't think. It's so funny. You can go to a goddamn village in the middle of fucking Turkey, and you can see Bulls merch. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? I can't believe we're even, like, having to defend the universality of the Chicago Bulls brand, by the way, because there is no defense. There's no need for this. What do you mean he's wearing a fucking Chicago Bulls hat? That's it.
He had to break into the country. Are you ready? A local gang in El Salvador was shaking down his grandma's tortilla shop. And his lawyers say if he gets sent back to El Salvador, he's a dead man. It's a tortilla blood vendetta.
Oh my God. The only real information that he presented is at the end, and he doesn't even do anything to disparage it. He just says it's silly, not recognizing that MS-13 in El Salvador actively fucking harangues, harasses, extorts local fucking shop owners exactly like that. So much so that even the most racist American criminal justice system judge looked at that situation and said, yeah, this information is pretty fucking valid and consistent with the way MS-13 operates. This is why we can't send him back to El Salvador. That's what happened. He didn't even fucking disparage the statement that was seen in a court of law as admissible evidence. Evidence that fucking cleared the high standard that would offer this person protection from being deported to El Salvador. And this fucking guy doesn't even try to undermine the evidence. He just goes, ha, tortilla shop. Oh, it's a blood feud with a tortilla shop. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know anything? Oh, he just made a joke. He didn't even try to make a joke. He just basically, he did the thing that all brilliant content creators do, where someone makes it, justifying a terrorist wife beater. 2 judges ruled that he was an MS-13 gang member. Are you saying you know better than 2 judges? Yes, I'm saying I know better than you, dumb fuck, because both of those judges are immigrant court judges that literally do not care about the actual standard of evidence in this regard, because the standard of evidence is nothing. It's just fucking hearsay that a cop that was subsequently fired reported on with claims that this person was an MS-13 gang member that operated out of Long Island. He had never been to fucking Long Island. So much so that a third judge looked at it and went, yeah, I don't think this is valid. I don't think this is valid enough for deportation to El Salvador. As a matter of fact, there's enough evidence here that is valid to not deport him to El Salvador. A fact that the American federal government accidentally also admitted to, for the record, when they said, oops, we made a mistake. That's the only reason why this is even a fucking story, and you don't know about the fucking stories of Andre, the gay hairstylist that was also sent to the fucking CCOP facility for having tattoos of mom and dad on his arms. The only reason why people are talking about this is because the federal government actively admitted that they made a fucking mistake, and now they're refusing to fucking atone for said mistake, even though they could very easily do so, even though they have done so directly from El Salvador. As a matter of fact, this administration has demanded to return people that they falsely sent to El Salvador in the past. Fuck you. That was a pretrial bail determination. They said the accusation was enough to withhold bond, not that he was MS-13. Very different. Yes. God damn, dude. Imagine actually defending a terrorist and justifying this much. So cringe. Yeah, I can't imagine myself defending a terrorist because I'm not defending this fucking terrorist donkey over here, Jesse Waters. Okay? You are the one who's defending terrorism. You're the one who's defending people getting fucking kidnapped in the middle of the street by Gestapo agents, only to be fucking trafficked into a slave labor colony, you fucking Nazi freak, you goddamn vermin. What the fuck is wrong with you? Holy shit. Don't worry. That kind of shit will come down. That kind of shit will come knocking down your door one day too, okay? And you'll have no one to defend you. Dipshit. Notice how I gave him all of the relevant factual information, and instead of hearing any of that, it just breezed past him and he went, imagine actually defending a terrorist? I'm defending the rule of law, you fucking donkey, with the hopes that one day you don't also get fucked over. You might not have the emotional intelligence to understand that, but I'm still gonna fucking advocate for your well-being, even if you fucking fight me tooth and nail down to the fucking very last step because you're a racist, mouth-breathing loser, okay? But even a racist, mouth-breathing loser, such as yourself, does not deserve to be treated this way. Does not deserve to be treated as nothing but cattle. Not even cattle. We treat cattle better. Your priorities are backwards in saying you would rather protect terrorists than victims of the country. You have not demonstrated that this person is a terrorist. You have not demonstrated that at all. You are only imagining that a brown guy wearing a fucking bull's hat is a terrorist because he's a brown guy wearing a fucking bull's hat. Expect it coming from the left? Oh my God. Oh, it seems you know better than the two judges look at you, a grown-ass man crashing out over a terrorist. I'm a grown-ass man crashing out because I think that other American individuals are not this fucking sub 40 IQ, okay? I'm crashing out because I think we have the endless bounty of the internet. You have access to all of this information. It is readily available to you, and yet you choose to go off on your own fucking idiotic notion that this person is a fucking terrorist without any evidence whatsoever, and only evidence to show that he is not a terrorist. Only evidence to show that he's not MS-13. Fuck. It's blowing my mind how stupid and how racist people can be in this day and age.
MS-13 gang. And two separate judges found that Abrego Garcia was a member of MS-13, and that finding has never been...
They know they aren't in danger. They want a white ethno state. They know this admin is working in service of that goal. First, they came for the communist argument doesn't work when you were talking to a literal Nazi. No. Okay? That's also not true. Because their quality of life will be destroyed in an irreparable fashion with the Trump administration. It's like dumb fuck liberal Zionists in Israel who don't understand that the apartheid justifies all of the fucking reactionary slant in the fascist apartheid state, and they don't recognize that underlying cause, so they just keep going along with it, and then they go, oh, how could this have happened? Why do we have Itmar Ben-Gvir, a terrorist, in a position of power? It happens because you can't fucking check your idiotic white supremacist fantasies. And before you know it, you're going to be the fucking crosshairs. That's how it's always worked inside of fascist administrations throughout history. My goal is to snap at least some people out of this fucking stupor that they found themselves in. Yeah, first they came for the communist is a poem written by a fucking Nazi, okay? A former Nazi. Do you understand why that poem is prescient? Or do you understand why that poem is important? Because it's written by a fucking guy who was like, yeah, I'm a Nazi. I like the Nazi stuff. What's going on? I'm a Christian Nazi. It'll never happen to me. And then when it did come for him, he was like, well, I have no one else to fucking save me. That's the whole point. Historically, fascism ends, right? Yes, of course it ends, because it's a fucking suicidal death cult. You will never stay in the in-group. If you think that you will stay in the in-group, you are a fucking moron.
disputed. And just this morning, it was revealed through Maryland court documents that Abrego Garcia's wife petitioned for an order of protection against him for 2 instances of domestic violence in May of 2021. And here is the order right here. The court ordered that the respondent committed the following acts of abuse. Once in May of 2021, assault in any degree. And on May 4th of 2021, he punched and scratched his wife, ripped off her shirt, and grabbed and bruised her. This is from a court in Maryland. So not only are Democrats rushing to defend an illegal criminal foreign terrorist gang member, but also an apparent woman beater. To set all of that aside, the basic fact that he was illegal.
He's like, dude, oh my God. Saying this as a part of the Trump administration is extra spicy. What's next? Did he say he wanted to grab women by the pussy? Are you going to lie about that too? Like, what do you mean? This person is an alleged woman beater? What the fuck are you talking about? Pete Hegseth is the goddamn Secretary of Defense. What are you saying?
Legally inside our country and had a lawful deportation order made him subject to removal back to his home country of El Salvador. And if he ever ends up back in the United States, he would immediately be deported again. Nothing will change the fact that Abrego Garcia will never be a Maryland father. He will never live in the United States of America again. And the United States Supreme Court ruled unanimously that the President of the United States and the Secretary of State could not be compelled to forcibly retrieve this citizen of El Salvador who is currently locked up in a maximum security prison in his home country due to his MS-13 membership. To remind the media and the Democrat Party, MS-13 are among the most vicious and dangerous individuals in this world. They pose a direct threat to the United States, El Salvador, and any other country who maintains basic law and order. MS-13 rapes innocent girls and women, runs sex trafficking operations, murders for sport, and terrorizes law-abiding people. That's why El Salvador President Bukele made it clear this week that he will not be releasing this MS-13 gang member from his prison. But that is not enough. All of that is not enough to stop the Democrat Party from their lies. The number one issue they are focused on right now is bringing back this illegal alien terrorist to America. But where are the Democrats applauding the fact that southern border crossings just hit a historic low? Where are the Democrats supporting our brave men and women of law enforcement who are putting their lives on the line every single day to arrest the violent illegal alien invaders that the previous administration allowed into our country? And where are the Democrats when innocent Americans are victimized by illegal criminals that Joe Biden let in?
Like, an innocent American is being victimized. Even if you say Abrego Garcia is not an American citizen, okay? His wife is. His children are. You're victimizing them. You're ripping them away from their father. His brothers in the union are innocent Americans who are also being victimized in this situation. It's also incredible because God, every day we are more depraved as a society. We are moving in a very fucking dangerous direction. We're in that dangerous direction. We're not moving in that dangerous direction. We're there. It is fucking terrifying, dude. It sucks to see happening in broad daylight with no way of changing the trajectory. It's actually psychotic that they're just openly lying about this dude being MS-13 with no information whatsoever, with no evidence readily available, and only evidence to suggest the contrary, the exact opposite, that he is not an MS-13 gang member. And it doesn't even matter. None of it matters. His wife adjusted domestic abuse court filings in this Newsweek article. Exclusive. Abrego's wife responds after restraining order revealed. Jennifer Vasquez-Sura, the wife of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the Maryland man deported to El Salvador before the U.S. Supreme Court called for him to be returned, is defending her husband and denouncing U.S. ICE for what she describes as an unjust act of abduction. Vasquez-Sura gave an exclusive statement in Newsweek, responding to the DHS release of court filings alleged domestic violence. Her statement comes after the DHS posted documents from 2021 indicating that she filed for a protective order claiming that her husband punched and scratched her, ripped her shirt, and left her bruised. The temporary restraining order barred him from contacting her and directing him not to harass or abuse her, according to court filings. After surviving domestic violence in a previous relationship, I acted out of caution after a disagreement with Kilmar by seeking civil protective order in case things escalated, she said. Things did not escalate, and I decided not to follow through with the civil court process. We were able to work through the situation privately as a family, including by going to counseling. Our marriage only grew stronger in the years that followed. Like, what is this argument? They're saying that, like, they're protecting this woman who is demanding the return of her husband who has been fucking abducted. Oh, no, you don't understand. We're actually doing you a good, we're doing you justice here. It is so fucking slimy and so goddamn gross to try to pull this civil proceeding up to be like, yeah, no, this guy is actually a terrorist wife beater, fucking coming from the people who hire rapists, dude. Drunk rapists are in so many positions of power that it literally feels like you have to be a pedophile drunk rapist to even get any proximity to power whatsoever. And these guys are like, yeah, this person whose wife is demanding his return is actually a victim that we're saving in this process. Gross. What the fuck? It is so fucking gross.